Hi guys, welcome back to Baking Fiat. Today we're going to be making chai snickerdoodles with like cookies with a cream cheese icing. But you have to use the I'll link it. There's going to be a video of cream cheese icing that I used last week, a couple weeks ago. Okay, so we're gonna use a large bowl for our dry ingredients. So we're gonna start with 2 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. We're gonna sift it all together. A lot of my recipes, you might end up noticing that it's kind of, some of them might be just a little bit out there. Maybe not just this one. But it's like, how did she come up with that? Why did she think of that? I got hungry one day and I just thought, you know what would be good? Chai and snickerdoodles. That's kind of how this one came about. Okay, so we're going to add 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. It's not like it's new, you know, it's just something that I just ended up combining. Okay, so we have 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Do a little whiskey, combining it all together. Okay, putting that off to the side. In a medium bowl, I have 1/2 cup of white sugar, 1/3 of a cup of light brown sugar. It's not a full third of a cup. Again, not a full third of a cup, but we're using 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup. Using a smaller bowl just to mix our wet. So far it's just our sugars, maple syrup. Let's add in a cup of melted unsalted butter. What does that sound? I melted it, but it's I tried to cool it down a little bit by letting it sit while I was measuring out ingredients. Okay, so let's combine that. Try and get the sugars to melt down a little bit. What's great about this, since it's melted butter, I just took it from the freezer, cut a half, or if you ask my mom, she'll already have it cut in half, and just threw it in the microwave. Nice and thick, beautiful. Alright. Let's add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And I brought my 1 egg to room temperature by putting it in a little bowl of warm water. Also while I was measuring ingredients, so it was probably 10 minutes. We're just going to fold in these ingredients, the wet into the dry. So by folding, we're just bringing it into the middle. You don't really need an electric mixer for this recipe, that's great. Getting more of a dough consistency, yay yay. Looking good. Looking all mixed together. When you slide the spatula against it. Everything's good. We're just gonna wrap this nice and tight. Saran wrap for the win. It's going into the fridge for 45 minutes. For our topping, in a little bowl, I have a half a cup of white sugar. I have 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon in here. Okay, I have 1/2 a teaspoon of nutmeg. That'd be somewhere in here, and 1 teaspoon of cardamom. So all of that, I'm just going to sift it all together. We're going to be rolling our dough balls, like cookie balls, into this when it's all chilled. Okay, guys. So our oven is at 350. You can either use a scoop, or you could even use your hands. So we have our mixture. We're just rolling it all in there. Cool beans. Smooshy a little bit. My trays, I have got 2 trays. I've lined them with silicone. So we use baking soda because baking soda spreads and baking powder puffs. So we want them to spread a little bit. That's why I'm not smushing them down fully, because they are going to continue to spread. A good trick to see how much your cookie is going to spread, a good way to do that is to just test bake one. So you don't have to frost these cookies if you don't want to. If you don't want to, I would put the Maldon salt on right before you bake. Like if you want the Maldon salt. So we talked about doing some Maldon salt on some and just leaving them unfrosted. Okay, let's weigh one. Let's say this is our uniform size. It's about 42 grams. Okay, so that, here we go, is our cookie. That's our cookie. It doesn't spread too much, so I think we're going to be good if we have it this far apart. And this one is going to sit in the pan for 10 minutes. So while we have the second one going. Okay, it's been 11 minutes. I'm going to pull them out. As you can see, they're still puffy. So this one can go onto a cooling rack. So here's the back side, here's the front side. Alright, so I'm going to take some cream cheese frosting, alright? I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it on my cooled one. Just lightly spreading it on. These are perfect. So they're so moist. It's like they melt in your mouth. Perfectly cooked. With the cream cheese icing. They just go nice. So here's one with Maldon salt. This is before it's fully done on the cooling rack. Or before it gets to the cooling rack. We'll leave half of it. Okay. So it really like solidifies when it sits after 10 minutes. So this is before the 10 minutes. It's quite good, especially with the Bordeaux salt. It really brings out the flavors. Okay guys, thanks for watching my chai snickerdoodle cookies with the cream cheese icing. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Thank you for your out. Bye!